will soon be here. Old Janicka's boys, Balthazar has just texted.
Well, what did he say?
He can't make it.
Are you joking?
Other two can't either.
No, we're going to have to do it ourselves, aren't we?
Suppose so. Fine by me.
You ever podcasted before?
No.
Me neither. Let's do
fine.
it. Let's do it.
Good evening, and welcome to the Three Wise Men Couldn't Make It podcast. My name is Sir Edward Bottomsworth III, and I am the current butler and assistant for King Charles and the royal family. My family has served and waited the royal family for 7 generations, and it has been an absolute pleasure. Today I have been invited to this vulgar, peasant-worth hellhole of a podcast to discuss what it truly means to be British. From the streets of Buckingham Palace to the alleyways in Ellesmere Port, we are going to discuss the true meaning of what it is like to be British. When I think of Great Britain, I think of the many great achievements. We have esteemed individuals such as Sir Isaac Newton, who formulated the laws of gravity and motion, the legendary literature from authors such as Shakespeare, Charles Dickens and Roald Dahl, and finally to the Industrial Revolution in 1760. By looking at the pair of you, I can assume all you care about is the current deals on the special brew in the local corner shop. As a true gentleman and someone who is proud to call themselves British, I care very much about our country. What is my ideal day, you may ask? Well, let me inform you. I like to start my day by sipping on green tea, 2 sugars, and a bowl of healthy granola. After breakfast, my private car takes me to the scenic land of Devon, where I spend my time reading the newspaper, eating scones, and listening to the birds sing. After reading your diary, Richard, I now know you spend your days going to work, sitting on your arse eating pork pies, and touching yourself to page 3. To start, I would like to introduce my 2 fellow guests. Richard, a man so bold, his head shines as bright as newly polished chainmail. How are you, Richard?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good.
Good, you look well.
Thank you. I've had a clean shave. I've put my fancy aftershave on for today.
So you've made the effort.
I have to, unlike you lazy bastard.
Well, that is what it is.
It is what it is. And this week we have a very special guest replacing our original host Pete. A man so old and wise looking, some say he was actually good friends with Henry VIII. It is Ghost Hunter Pete. How are we, Ghost Hunter Pete?
I'm fine, thank you very much. Thank you for asking me to come and join you.
Are you excited for today's podcast?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's as good as it's going to get.
That's as good as it's going to get.
All I can say, I reckon I was only asked because I've got the same name as Pete, so that you don't forget it.
Well, I've never met this other Pete, and by the sounds of it, he sounds fucking dreadful.
No, he's a good bloke.
Is he?
He is.
He smells awful. In this podcast, we'll be discussing what it means to be British. We'll be voting on certain subjects to decide the top rankings for certain categories, such as best takeaways, best chocolate bars, and many more. We'll be discussing our favourite places in Britain that we have visited, and no, Rich, you cannot mention your involvement in the English Defence League.
Oh, damn.
So as my uncle used to say, should we crack on then?
Let's go.
Let's go to the main topic.
Main topic. It's the main fucking topic.
Ah, Britain, Britain, Britain. What glorious scenery and history we have. From the cliffs of Dover to the back alleys in Croydon where you get stabbed. There are many topics we discuss today. Now, as a part of my community service, I've been asked to interview the both of you on certain topics that surround British culture. The first topic that we'll be discussing today is our favourite cities in the UK and our least favourite cities. My favourite city? What can I guess? My favourite city is London because it is very posh and I don't have to deal with vermin like you. So, Peter, what is your favourite place to visit in the UK?
It's quite a hard question because there's so many nice places in Britain. I mean, you've got like villages in the countryside to the big cities where the Industrial Revolution came from and everything like that. There's so much history in other places and that. But I favourite place I would possibly say, or favourite city, I'd go for Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. Very fancy. Why?
I love Scotland. I've been to Edinburgh a couple of times, and it's just a beautiful place. You've got the castle up on the hill. it's just very. It just seems like a very quaint historical city. It's quite royal, I suppose, as well, which will be right up your street.
Oh, very. Oh.
Yeah, you pompous fuck.
And is it true that you like to hike?
I do, yes.
Is there many places you've hiked in the places of Scotland? Or any places that you wish to walk in Scotland?
Well, I've been up Ben Nevis.
Ben Nevis.
Yeah.
Very scenic, very beautiful.
Oh yeah. I mean, we caught it on a good day actually, because when we got up there, it was a clear day, and you could see for miles. It was just mountains for days type thing, and it was really, really nice. I mean, I've got a real soft spot for Scotland. It's one of them places that the first time I went there, I felt as if I knew the place. I felt as if it was home type thing. So it's one of them places that I do hold quite close to my heart. But Ben Nevis was just unbelievable. The view from the top, it was just fantastic.
Well, I have flew in my private jet many times to Scotland, and one thing I can say, it's very clean. But the Scottish people, ugh, I prefer my more civilised people.
You can't knock the Scottish people.
No.
They're the friendliest people to come across.
Yeah.
Very, very stern, aren't they? And like boisterously sounding. But they are great people.
They'll let you know how they feel about you.
Yeah, there's no pissing about it.
No.
Oh, Carl's going to jump in dead quick. I do like the Scottish people, by the way.
That's all right then.
So,
but, yeah.
So you've been to St Andrews many times, haven't you? Very,
Yes.
very historical place.
Yes, very historical place. It's obviously, you got the university just up the road from the golf course where the now Prince of Wales met his wife, Catherine, and it's just a place that you look at the house, or you look at the scenery, or
The architecture.
the buildings, the architecture. See, me being common,
Yeah.
couldn't think of it.
Is that where Donald Trump likes to play his golf?
Do you know what? I think Trump's got a. I think he has got a golf course.
He has
up
got a
there,
golf
up
course, hasn't he, up that way?
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, now he's ducking every 2 minutes now. He's like, fucking hell.
Well, this is it. This is it. It's like Cape Canal up there. at the
Yeah,
moment,
fucking
so
hell.
like- But yeah, it's just one of them places. It's like a scene from a Harry Potter film type thing. You know, it is. It's very quaint.
And are there any places in Scotland that you wish to visit? Any places on your bucket list, if I could say?
I'd love to do the.
Are you thinking about the Scotland version of Route 66? Is that what you're thinking about? Is it the Scottish version? I don't know what it's called.
The M8.
It's the 500, isn't it? Yeah, the M90. That's a bit of a twat as well. Yeah, the Scotland 500. It's very, very
Long.
long.
Yes. That's a back
But-
road in, isn't it?
It's along the top. It's the coastal roads along the top. I think it's where does it start? I think it starts in. Does it start in Glasgow? I think it starts in Glasgow. But there's that. But the main thing that I want to do, and that it comes back to the hiking side, is the West Highland Way, which is 96 miles from just outside Glasgow. I can't think of the name of the place now. It's gone from me. And it's a 96-mile hike. Probably takes about 6 to 7 days, and finishes in Fort William. So
That's a long hike.
a very long hike.
I don't think my private car could quite make that journey over those hills, so I will not be attending.
That's all right.
And what about your least favourite place in the UK? Is there a place in the UK that when you entered, when you see those signs, you just think, this place is an utter shithole, and you will never step foot in this place ever again?
Yeah. London.
I agree with that.
How dare you say?
Yeah.
Just
London.
because you're not
pay me.
sophisticated like I am.
Couldn't pay me to go to London.
I mean, if you're talking sophistication, then, it begins with the same letter as a shithole, I suppose, yeah.
And have you had any negative experiences with London? And if you say to people, I will kick you under this table.
Lucky I've got my shin pads in. No, I mean, again...
It's not your shin pads you'd be worried about.
No.
That's what he's kicking you. It's your sporran.
Yeah. The thing with people in cities and this, that and the other, you get them everywhere. You get your knobheads. You get your arrogance. You get this, you get that and the other. You get your common love, your nice people. It's not the people of London as such.
It's the way of life.
No. I just find it a complete and utter shithole. It's as simple as that. I mean, one thing that really annoys me about London is the way that, I think it's the council or whoever it is down there, they bought the Royal Iris, if you remember, the boat, the Beatles and all that. It was the big party boat that used to go across the Mersey and that. It was bought by a London consortium and it went down to London and now it's in the Thames, rotting away. And it's on the bones of its arse, basically. It's just going to disintegrate. And then Liverpool Council said, well, tell you what, we'll buy it off you and we'll do it back up again and bring it back to its old glory. And they refused. They wouldn't sell it to Liverpool. They said, no, it's just going to stay there and rot. And that, to me, is
the cherry on the top of the pie.
Yeah.
It's a crime to me, that.
Agreed.
So that just looked like, it's as I say, it's not the people. I think half of it is the attitudes of those in power, so to speak, that really annoys me.
Do you know what really annoys me? It's the tax. Oh, God. The amount of tax I have to pay in my multi-million job. Oh, God, it's awful. I hate it. Oh.
But your tax is 1 week. Your tax is probably more than my 10 years of tax.
And don't you fucking forget it, you peasant. Now, Richard, what is your favourite place to visit in the UK? Is there a place that sits softly in your heart?
There isn't. It's going to be a bit of a repeat of Pete's, to be honest, because it is Scotland. It is a beautiful place.
And where have you visited in Scotland?
I've been drove through Glasgow, up through Glencoe, then up to Inverness.
Nice up there.
It's absolutely stunning.
It's beautiful.
It is when you're going through Glencoe. It's the most amazing landscape. It is like something from out of this world. But there's one tiny little blot on it, isn't there? And it's Jimmy Savile's house is there, where he used to live, in the middle of nowhere, a little white cottage. And have you seen it? It's been graffiti to hell, and there's all sorts of...
I tend to look the other way.
Yeah, I try not. But it was my friend of mine, and he went, see that down there, as we were going through? That's Jimmy Savile's house. I was like... Well, that's like kind of took the edge off it, hasn't it?
Why has it not been knocked down?
I don't know. You thought it would have been, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would have thought so.
But anyway, it's beautiful.
Torched.
The colours are amazing on there.
The house?
No, not the house. No, the house.
The colours that they've used to paint it with. The
colours of the graffiti.
Absolutely. You should have seen the way they'd written twat. Lovely shade of emerald.
Yeah, so I've been to Inverness a few times and stayed around Loch Ness.
I was going to say, in a previous podcast, I did my research. I heard that you've been to Loch Ness and you said it's very nice.
I've been to Loch Ness many times.
In fact, rumour has it that Peter and the crew and Mrs. Harper are now travelling in Scotland and will be visiting Loch Ness.
Will they be visiting Loch Ness? I hope they enjoy it because it's an amazing place.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
And they're bound to spend an hour looking out onto that loch and thinking, I wonder if he's in there, or she, or they. It.
I wonder if it's there.
And they might even, if they won't be listening to this, will they? So it's not me giving them some information to visit. But there's a guy who moved up there. We've spoken of him before, called Steve Feltham, and he lives in a place called Dawes, because you said it was a shit name for a pub. Yeah. Well, that wasn't you. It was Carl, wasn't it? Oh, sorry.
Who's Carl?
Carl. He's another lad.
He was in here before.
He was in here, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he just
pops in every now and again.
He pulled the table in the middle of the room, set it up, and then he disappeared.
Yeah.
But this guy's been up there now for 30 years.
Something like that.
Yeah. And he's every day he gets up and looks out at them binoculars across the loch, and he's seen fuck all. literally, fair dues, he's honest enough to say it. He's not seen a thing, has he? He's seen a little bit of something moving, but nothing he could say that was something unusual.
Didn't he have a week off or something like that? And people were saying that it was seen during I mean, this is the type of guy you wouldn't get lottery numbers on. Jesus.
Yeah.
He definitely was there. He was there.
It come up onto the fucking shore and everything, onto the beach.
He was signing autographs.
He knocked on your door to see if you went in.
But yeah, that's just a gorgeous place. But that's, did you say a city?
Yeah, a city.
A city that I absolutely love.
Yeah.
A city. It's very similar to what Pete said as Edinburgh. Is Chester.
Chester?
I love Chester.
I fucking hate Chester.
I don't like it as much now because it's
I fucking hate
changed
it.
a lot.
It has changed a lot now.
But I used to love going to Chester when I was in my teens. About, you know, how many years ago? It was a gorgeous place. Spend a day there and go on the river, down the rapids. We used to get inflatable tyres and go down that little rapids bit. Just a brilliant place.
And what about your least favourite place in the UK?
Lots of them. Bolton.
Bolton.
Bolton is disgusting. I'm sorry, but it's a shithole.
Why?
It's just horrible.
What are your experiences with Bolton? First of all, why were you in Bolton? I don't even know where Bolton is.
Well, I used to do a bit of driving. Well, I used to be the driver, but then I was put onto the phones. But I'd be the one who had to always go to Bolton to a place called Joss to pick up, fifth wheels. They come down on a truck, and when you park a trailer up.
Oh yes, I know. I know what you're about.
These not fifth wheels. Sorry, landing legs come down.
That's what they used to deliver my gold bars.
That's the one. Well, we had to go and pick them up. And as soon as I got into Bolton, I used to go, fucking hell, I just want to get in here and get out.
It's Baltic and Bolton.
Ugly. It's depressing.
Do you know, I actually went through a stage years ago, buying cars. And I think there was about 3 or 4 cars that I bought, either my car or the missus' car. Came from Bolton. For some reason, all these cars that we were getting came from Bolton. And it was just crazy. It was just like, oh, I've seen this car here. And they'd be like, oh, where's that in? Bolton.
Why Bolton?
I don't know. They just selling these cars. But I mean, to be honest, didn't really have a bad car from Bolton.
It's a thing.
So
it's got its good points, I suppose.
Yeah.
Is there any other places you are not a fan of? Any other places that you thought gets me out of this hellhole right now?
Manchester.
Really?
No. I go there quite often.
That's quite an unpopular opinion. Because many
doesn't do it for me.
Many people say Manchester is a very good night out.
Well, I'm not about nights out. I'm on about just driving in general, going around the town and the city and the outskirts.
Driving through
it's so depressing looking.
Yeah.
And it's grey and it's horrible and it's got trams. Fucking trams.
For the listeners out there, if you could see the spite on Richard's face when he said trams, he actually looked angry.
Fucking tram.
It's one of them places that on a nice day when the sun's going down and you got this nice pretty sunset coming in and you got the orange glow. It's the only place I've actually seen grey glow.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's just one of them.
Manchester is infamous for its rain, isn't it? Yeah. It rains all the time in Manchester.
Yeah.
Two different answers.
The only good thing it's got going good for it is you go there to get away from Manchester. To go to the airport. You go to Manchester and fly away.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, I'm glad I'm going because that's disgusting.
It is like a last dig, isn't it? It's sort of like, I'm getting out of this shithole, but first of all, you've got to come here to get there.
You've got to, definitely. You've got to go through me first.
Two very different outlooks on the UK. I personally am very proud of our cities and capitals and lovely villages. Next, I need to find answers rather to different questions. Sorry.
Questions if you want.
Sorry,
all fucking night.
My gold chain is strangling me. It's just hard to breathe. Sorry about that. So, next, I would like to talk about British people in general. Actually, before that, I missed the question because I misread. So I'm going to go back. So, next, I would like to discuss British music, from classic rock bands such as Queen to the soothing sounds of Susan Boyle. this country has arguably produced some of the greatest singer and bands of all time. None of that bullshit grind that the kids are listening to nowadays. I'm talking about the real music, from artists such as Elton John and Gary Glitter. Peter, who is your favourite and least favourite British band?
Well, this is another question that can literally it can tree out.
It can go
It's one of
all
those
night.
and go everywhere. I mean, when you think about British music, first of all you'll think of the likes of the Xxxx, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones. You go with that, and then going into the 70s, you've got the Holy Trinity, which was Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin. And then, coming into the sort of like the 80s, I mean, you had the likes of Spandau Ballet, Duran Duran, a total change in music each way that it's gone through. 90s, you've got Oasis. So, it is a hard one because, there's that many bands.
So there's a downside to everything, don't worry about it.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, they were from Manchester.
Exactly that.
And Blur were from London, so,
coincidence.
there we go.
What a coincidence.
Yeah. But, I mean, if you're talking my favourite band, it would have to be Queen.
I thought you were going to say this. Now, on this podcast, have you ever told the infamous Queen story? I don't remember. Have you? Have you spoken about the Queen story?
I don't think I have, so I better tell it now, hadn't I, really? So,
If you must, because I've heard this story a million fucking times. So, Peter...
well, I've already told Carl.
Oh,
I'm going to say
actually,
you've
sorry.
just met him.
He's reading Carl's notes, that's what it
Sorry,
is.
that's what it is. So this
Carl
Carl
notes.
fellow seems quite well educated.
Well... Anyway,
So tell us about your experience with
well, it's one of those things that, I've actually seen Queen with Freddie Mercury.
Well, he came and watched it with you.
Yeah.
That was fucking awful.
It was. I do apologise.
So, yeah, I'm one of the lucky ones to have actually seen the man singing.
And the year was...
The year was 1986, and the gig was Nebworth. And as we didn't know at the time, and the band didn't know at the time, that would actually be their last ever live gig as a foursome. It was just an unbelievable day. There was a band on first called Bluey Sun that had a one hit called Imagination, and they were absolutely shite. And then they were followed by Big Country with Stuart Adamson.
And they were absolutely brilliant, I bet you.
Fantastic. Absolutely.
And they're from
fantastic.
Scotland.
And they're from Scotland, yeah. And then after that, there was Status Quo.
I like Status Quo.
They were-
Got to knock Status Quo.
Do you know what? They were fucking brilliant.
I like state. I am a fan of Status Quo.
Oh, yeah.
I am.
Are you channeling Carl?
Hello, yeah. You want to know?
And also Pete's memories from the past. Are you channeling them as well?
Yeah.
You need to know a lot about them.
I don't know. Carry on.
is
Before I
one of
lose
them.
my words.
Posh twonk.
So anyway, as I was saying, so Status Quo went on, and then Queen came on after that, and they just blew the place apart. I mean, if you've seen the live at Wembley, '86, I mean that's on video, and that it was that gig. It was the Magic Tour, and it was just phenomenal. I mean, you hear things that they were actually saying that it was the best one of the lot of them, but nobody pressed the record button. So
like
there's
me.
absolutely so there's absolutely hardly
record of
any
it.
footage of it. The only footage you will ever see is sort of like people bringing in massive big video cameras and
Maybe that was meant to be. That
Yeah,
was fate
possibly.
meant to be. So
But I
it's-
mean, it was an added thing because they were so. You didn't realise that it'd be so popular, sort of thing. So when they did all the Wembley shows, I think they did Main Road as well. But after they'd done the British shows, there was still demand for it, so they decided to do Nebworth, a bit like what Oasis are doing now. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's one of those. As you know, when you know it can hold about 250,000 people, Nebworth. So it was a no-brainer for them. So they did it, and I'm so glad that they did, because I can actually say I have seen Queen with Freddie Mercury.
And how old were you?
I was 15.
15?
Yeah, it was a month before my 16th birthday. It was a birthday present as well, thinking on. So
From who?
parents, from my dad. Yeah, it was just like I saw it in the Liverpool Echo.
You were basically just a little silhouette of a man back then, weren't you?
Now he's a fucking man giant.
Scaramouche.
Yeah, exactly.
I was doing the fandango.
Thunderbolts and lightning.
It was very, very frightening indeed.
And you've seen many artists live, haven't you?
I have, yes.
And do they still hold the number one rank spot, would you say?
As a live performance, yes. Because I don't think you're going to get any better than that. I don't think Queen were any better than that previously, even on that tour. That day was just a phenomenal day. I mean, talking British bands, I think they were one of the best live British bands that have ever been.
Sounds like it was kind of magic. Sorry, you keep coming in my head to go pop them out. I'm sorry.
The innuendos are terrible.
Round of applause for that one. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
And
Don't stop me now.
I want to fucking break free. So
Anyway, back to Radio Gaga.
I reckon we just fuck the podcast off and just keep going.
Just keep it. I've run out, actually.
We'll just keep ourselves alive.
Don't stop me now.
Oh,
I've said that one.
you said that.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so Peter, who is your least favourite British band? Is there a band that you just can't stand the noise of?
Ooh.
Somewhere you hear them on the radio and you turn it over straight away. And you think they are utter dog shit.
Ooh. Now. That is a good one. I mean, there's bands that I think, how the hell are you so popular?
If you can't think of a band that you think is shit, how about bands that are massively overrated, and you think that they are just not as good as people say they are?
I mean, the thing is, it's all down to opinion. I mean, Coldplay.
Which is a lot of people do say Coldplay aren't very good, but then again, there are many people who love Coldplay.
Well, I mean, if you see the live gigs, apparently the tour that they've just done has been absolutely fantastic. But they don't do it for me.
I don't like them, but I don't dislike them at the same time.
I think that's it.
There's just nothing.
To be honest, yeah.
I can listen to it and go, yeah, that was nice, but I wouldn't listen to it again.
No.
I wouldn't go and buy it.
Well, whilst on the phone to Carl about organising this interview, he told me that his friend asked him, does he want to go see Coldplay next year? And Carl said, maybe. And then he said, it depends how much tickets are. And his friend Grace told him that tickets are £150. Carl then went on to say, fuck that.
So instead,
You just buy the album and listen to it in your car or something. You save you the money.
he's going to see the. I think it's the poor man's version of Coldplay instead. What are they called again? That
Lukewarm play.
I'm trying to think of that band. It was at Donington. There's the two of them.
Soft play.
Soft play, yeah.
Soft play. I was getting there.
But thinking, yeah, they're shit.
Peter, you are fucking dead to me. Now, Richard, who is your favourite UK band of all time? Who is the creme de la creme?
To me,
Who is the jam on the scone?
I've always loved Marillion. With Fish and without Fish. When Fish left Marillion and went his separate way, I followed Fish. And I kept following Marillion. When they got Steve Hogarth, his vocals are amazing.
I think he's brilliant.
Oh, his vocals are unbelievable. It makes your hair stand on the back of your neck. And I don't know, sometimes I sit and listen and I go, do you want to listen to Fish? Old Marillion, or Fish on his own, or New Marillion with Steve Hogarth. And sometimes I can't decide because I think, they all do it for me.
And where did your love of Marillion start?
I bought an album, funny enough, 1987. I wasn't really into music till late in my teens. Didn't get into music. I thought it was, I used to hide on me. My nana bought me this radio, like a little car it was, and it had the wheel turned on the side, like an old-fashioned chitty chitty bang bang type of car. And the wheel was the dial on one side to tune it, and the other side was the volume. You know, the wheels you have on the spare wheels on the sides. And I used to think music was the devil for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, mum and dad had never said anything like this. It was just I was only a young kid, and I used to hide under the blankets. It felt like porn, if that makes sense. I didn't want to be caught.
Were you touching yourself to Marillion?
I didn't want to be caught listening to it, if you know what I mean.
I understand what you mean. I understand.
If mum walked in, I'd be listening to music. And she wouldn't. My mum said nothing about music. It was just a thought I'd pre-made in my head about music, thinking it was bad. It was like, I don't know, maybe the Sex Pistols or something I'd seen, and I thought, stay away from that, naughty boy. But where was I going with this?
Marillion.
Yeah,
Where did your love of Marillion?
Oh, Marillion, it was.
Yeah.
And then it got into music eventually. And then about 1986, something like that, I'd got this turntable. CD players had just come out, hadn't they? Around 87-ish. Pardon me. Big setup, nice speakers, and I used to have them in the hall with my mum and dad's. And my auntie gifted me this voucher for little Woolies, Woolworths. And I went down. That looks nice. I like the cover. It had a magpie and a jester running through a rainbow and all this, because that was all the artwork on the thing. I like the cover. So I bought it. I put it on. A pile of shit. I listened to it. It wasn't that one. It was Clutching at Straws, which they all stood at a bar. It was about his drinking. Now, I didn't know that at the time. It's about his drinking habits.
Wasn't that the one with Slangy Vard on it?
Sorry?
Wasn't that the one with Slangy Vard on it?
Yeah, I think it was, yeah. So, I bought that one, put it on. What the fuck? Not interested at all. Didn't like the sound of it, anything. And just put it to the back of my collection. And then, you know when you're going through your collection, you go, I'll give this another go. Put it on again. Oh, it sounds a bit better now. Put it on again. Fucking love this. And I just went from absolutely like what the worst CD I've ever bought to one of my most played CDs is Clutching at Straws. Yeah, brilliant. Loved every song on it. I'm like, I get that now. And I love it. I love music that I hated to start with, and then it seems to become my favourite. If I hated it to start with, then I get into it and I'm like, really like that now. And then I just got into that and bought all the albums. Then they split up because Fish got a bit big-headed, a bit like Roger Waters, went his own way thinking he was going to be bigger than the band, but became smaller than the band. And Marillion just went on and on. And he went his way, they went theirs, and I kept track of both of them. But I think I prefer the Marillion with Steve Hogarth, maybe a couple of percent.
Very interesting, that, isn't it, Peter? Very interesting.
It's
quite a unique band to be a big fan of, because I've not.
Prog rock, yeah. They were a good band. It's one of the. I mean, I was introduced to them probably about 85 or something like that. It was around that time. I was about third or fourth year at school, something like that. And a mate of mine had the album. Oh, I can't think of the name of it now. I think it was the second album that they did. It had Assassin on it. And,
oh, yeah. Punch and Judy.
Yeah. And I thought, fucking hell, this is good. So, you know, they are one of them bands, but again, I didn't really like much else after that. And then when Steve Hogarth came in, I heard some of their stuff, and I was like, do you know what? I quite like that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a thing that a lot of old Marillion fans are sort of like, no, they don't listen.
They detach themselves to Steve Hogarth.
Yeah, they're Fish. And if you listen to a lot of the radio stations that play Marillion, they always play an old Marillion. They don't really play much Steve Hogarth. And some of the songs he's done are fucking fantastic.
Oh, his voice is incredible. Really is.
And what's about your least favourite British band?
My
Is there a
least
band
favourite
that
British
make
band?
your ears bleed and your arsehole leak?
There is. And that is Oasis. I can't stand Oasis. And
You got to roll with it.
you got to roll with it. Yeah. I cannot stand them. And it's not
Do you know
because
what I
I'm
mean?
from Manchester. No, I just can't bear them. And I actually get the music's really good. It's brilliant. Some of the stuff I hear and I think the riffs and all that, and I go, I like that, but I just can't bear the voices on it. I can't bear his voice. I think that's what it is.
I think he's got. It is a bit. It is a
Drone.
unique voice. It does drone a little bit. But I think it goes with it. I mean, they're not my worst band. I quite like them, to be honest. But yeah, I think the thing that turns a lot of people off them is their attitudes.
Yeah, there's always that as well.
No, I'm not a big fan. Like, I really like Oasis, but I was not paying £140 to go see him. No way.
Yeah, stand in a field for 140 quid.
No way.
Listen to a man from Manchester going, I said maybe gonna be the one to say.
I think people just want to. I think they want to pay the tickets because they want to be at the gig that the two brothers punch the fucking daylights out of each other. And the ones that have bought a ticket for the gigs after that, unlucky.
Yeah.
Is it me? I feel like some people say they like Oasis just for the case of saying they like them. Because you have people go, do you like Oasis? I go, yeah, you do, and they can't even name 5 songs.
I couldn't
but
name
it's
5
one,
songs.
It's one of those bands where people, it's like cool to like them.
Do you know, it's one of those that they all go on about. Definitely Maybe. Yeah, there are some cracking songs on it, like Supersonic, Rock and Roll Star. Some cracking songs on it.
I'm going to butt in because someone's Morning Glory is touching my knee right now.
Maybe.
But it is a good album.
It is a good album, but I do think that What's the Story is a better album, and the third album that they did, I don't think what it's bloody
I only just got
called
that little
now.
joke. Sorry, for the Morning Glory thing. Fucking hell.
It's been a while since you did the Morning Glory.
That was a bit.
Deary me, honestly, God. Yeah, so, but the third album, which I can't think of the name of it at the moment, which is the one that, you know what I mean, on it, and All Around the World, and those tunes, Little by Little, I think's on it as well. But that album, I think's their best album, and I think after that, they lost it a little bit. There was the lineup changes, this, that and the other, and I think they did lose it a bit.
I think it's a bit shitty because I think honest to God, I think the only reason why they've done this reunion is because fucking Noel's got divorced, hasn't he? And he's got to get some money, and I reckon that is literally the only reason why.
Probably is.
Probably is, right?
He's lost half his money.
Huh?
We've leveled up on this podcast, so I've brought my laptop. Is it Heathen Chemistry? Is that the album?
Who are you, by the way?
I'm sorry. I'm looking for the album.
So disjointed, this podcast.
Time Flies.
Oh.
Dig Out Your Soul. Don't Believe the Truth. Is it any of these that you're familiar with, Pete?
Well, yeah, I mean, Heathen Chemistry, I think that was their 4th album? 5th album? Standing on the Shoulder of Giants, I think was the 4th.
It's not Supersonic. Anyway, but I'm a fan. I do like Oasis, but I feel like they are massively overhyped, even though they are pretty good. But I think Noel and Liam are just a bunch of snobby arseholes.
I say they're definitely musically talented, very, very talented, but I just don't like the music.
Okay.
I mean, even Liam said that Noel's a good songwriter.
Yeah.
He can't be that bad. They
Definitely.
fucking hate each
Yeah.
other.
Well,
But I just don't like it.
so my
I get it. I get why people like them.
So the
Be Here Now's the third album, by the way.
Be Here Now.
Be Here Now, yeah.
Right. So the last question before our quick fire round is around this. Next, I would like to talk about British people in general. Us Brits are known for our welcoming and positive outlook on life. Our politeness and generosity to one another is just many of our attributes that we possess. However, there are many individuals who do not place themselves in this category. I remember a story many years ago. I was once walking through town eating my Greggs sausage roll and a man ran up to me. He screamed in my face, stole my flaky pastry out of my hands, and just to clarify, this man was fully naked. Richard, what is the craziest experience you've encountered with a British stranger?
I thought about this one. I haven't really had that many strange encounters with British strangers.
Or have you had an argument or anything like that?
The only thing I can remember, really, is I used to go home for my dinner at work. And we lived in a flat in Whitby Village, above Bargain Booze. And I used to be able to go home for my dinner for an hour. And I parked my van around. I could usually go outside my door, but I just couldn't get there that day. There was too many vehicles. So I parked around the corner. There was, say, a house on the left, a house on the right, a lamppost, and then a wall, and plenty of space to park a vehicle. Yeah, without blocking anyone else or anything like that. Parked right in the middle. I'm walking off, and I heard, "Oi, lad!" Looked around, thought, "Oh, you! Yeah, you, I'm talking to you." Me, this old fella in his slippers with a dressing gown on, and he's at the door of the house. So I walk back, say, "Sorry, did you shout me? You can fucking move that." And I said, "Sorry, you can fucking move that van, mate, right now." Said, I'll only be an hour. I'm having my dinner. I wasn't confrontational to start with. "No, you won't. You're fucking moving now. My son's coming home tomorrow. That's his parking space." So, "Well, that's tomorrow. I'm only be an hour." And he was going on and on and on. And I've got to the point where I was starting to get really fucking pissed off with him. And I walked up to his threshold of his drive. And I wouldn't put my foot over it, because that's his drive. And I was like, what is your problem? What the hell is your problem? And then his wife starts grabbing him from behind. She must have thought, he's going to fucking lose it in a minute and he's going to come storming down the path, which I wasn't. But she dragged him in, and he's effing and blinded and cursing at me. "Move that fucking van. When you come back, it won't be there." And I thought, what the fuck? What the absolute fuck is your problem? So I phoned one of the lads at work, and I had a 2-hour dinner. I thought, fuck him. And when I went back, there was no sign of him. I could see the curtains twitching, but he didn't come out when I went back.
You just see a silhouette of him.
I just thought, why? I'm not doing any harm. I can park wherever I want. It wasn't double yellows. There was no road cones out. I'm just entitled to, as his son, to park there.
Pay your road tax.
Pay road tax. And I thought, I stayed very cocked because I can get a bit steam coming out my ears, kind of thing, as you know. Not violent, but
Frustrated.
And I thought, no, I kept me calm. I thought, fuck yeah, I'll have 2-hour dinner. Fuck yeah.
How petty.
And the next day, I didn't go back and try and rub it in and park there again. I thought,
I would have.
I should have really. I regret that. I think back and one of my biggest regrets in life. I should have gone there every dinner time, especially when his son was home. I'd find out, when's his son coming home? Right, I'm going to go and park around the corner.
Make sure park there and have a 5-hour brew.
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
Just to double check. But yeah.
So what about you, Peter? Do you have any experiences with people in the wild? Any strange encounters that you may remember? Many flagrant arguments that may have been thrown around?
I wouldn't say. Do you know what? I'm not the type to argue.
No, I'm not.
It's one of those. I don't really lose me. I lose my temper. Obviously, there is a boiling point where you snap, and then you say something and go, "Oh shit. Shouldn't have said that." But no, I don't really. It's more little things that have happened that you just notice. Like there was, I was at work and we're all sitting there one day, and it's brew time. The lad comes in, goes to the fridge, gets his butties, sits down, opens his butties up, and goes, "Who's robbed me fucking bacon?" And it's like, huh? Someone's robbed me fucking bacon. There's no bacon in me butty. There's bacon in there the other day. Where's it fucking gone? Where's me bacon? And it's just like, oh shit. there must be somebody sitting in there that's Xxx's bacon.
And they're like, oh no.
And you're thinking, you sure you put it in there? And he's like, yeah, I did.
You may as well eat the fucking butty. Who
And
steals
he's like,
bacon
I
on
definitely put the bacon in me fucking butty. And we're all like, are you sure? And sort of like about an hour later, he's like, I'm kind of like positive I did. You can just imagine there's sort of like about 4 or 5 slabs of bacon sitting on this kitchen table somewhere.
Oh, it's so funny.
But yeah, it's just little things like that. I mean, at work there's all sorts of characters. There was one.
And Peter, can you remind us of what your job role is?
I'm a welder.
A welder.
Yes, I weld ships. Well, submarines at the moment. But I shouldn't say that. Hush, hush.
But I feel like it's a proper lads job, would you say?
Well, yeah, it's a shipyard. You got to be a certain type of person to work in a shipyard. You can't not be sort of like
A bit of light-hearted banter.
thick-skinned.
Bit of light-hearted banter.
You have light-hearted banter. Most people would look at it and think, fucking hell, that's down south fucking bullying, that. But as long as you can give it
and
take it, then that's you're fine. Nothing will happen. But obviously, if you sort of like can't give, well, yeah, if you can't take it but give it, then it's open season.
Yeah.
It's one of them. You're
down for the count.
Oh god, yeah. Simple as. But yeah, it's just one of them places. There's that many characters, that many little things happen.
Is there any other funny stories that you've encountered with someone that you may have not met before?
There was with someone I've not met. I mean, you know what? I mean, funny enough, you have arguments. Social media, it's one of them places that you sit behind that keyboard, and all of a sudden. You're stronger than Thor. You've got you think you're Superman and all that. So you're like right, and a lot of people just they use it as a platform to bully people. And to think how I'm better than you type thing. You might use bigger words, but I use fuck a lot more. It's one of those. It's just become a thing now. I don't know whether it's because it's not just connecting Britain; it's connecting the whole world. So you've got your Indians asking for vag and bobs. You've got your Americans that are sort of like if they don't like you, then they'll say, "I know where you live and I've got a gun," and you're just like, well, "It's fine. If you come along, I've got a fucking dog and a wife." It's one of those, and it's just, I don't know. You've got this aggression. You've got this.
It's the British arrogance. You've just read my mind. Yeah,
it's that. But you can have some brilliant arguments online, and it's crazy when you're in a group. I have noticed a lot of times when you're in a group, the British seem to stay together and sort of like fire it. And all the butthurt ones are also like the Americans and that, because they can't handle it. Because there is something about a British person
who do not give a shit.
Well, this is it. I think that's it. They're not. What'd you say? They don't give a shit. So they'll just fucking
goad.
Yeah.
Just keep goading them.
Yeah. And it's just like
bring it on.
Yeah. It's like
It's like sport. It's like a sport for British people.
Well, I mean,
to argue.
There's a famous film that was out, and Michael Caine was in it. It's called Zulu, and he's basically, it wasn't an actual line, but the actual, the line that a lot of people think came from the film was "Don't throw those bloody spears at me," and that's it. That's British people.
Yeah.
That is that in a nutshell. That is the British person. They won't take any shit. And they'll just, they'll point that finger at you.
Oh yeah, you'll have it.
Yeah, and I just think that's just like quintessential British.
Well, 3 different questions and 3 amazing answers. So thank you for answering. Now, to round off our main topic, I would like to have some quick fire questions. We have 11 questions, so it's going to go Rich, Pete. So first quick fire question: Rich, best UK chocolate bar.
Snickers.
Pete,
Mars.
best UK crisps.
Walker's plain.
Ready salted.
Very salted. Sorry.
Peter,
I'm actually going for kettle.
Kettle.
The kettle chips.
ooh, you posh bitch.
I find they like dead hard to chew.
That's why I like them. There's a little bit more crisp to them. But I like the what is it? The sea salt and black pepper. It's just decadence.
It's got it.
There is nothing more iconic than scampi fries behind a pub. That is the most British crisp in my... Or you know, the bacon fries.
Yeah.
Bacon frazzles I had them the other day. In Liverpool.
The problem with the scampi fries is your fingers stink afterwards.
I don't like them.
Rich, best British cereal.
Cereal as in to eat.
Yes.
Rice Krispies.
I would have to say, I'd say shredded wheat. I like shredded wheat.
I like shredded wheat.
You are one of the very few that enjoy shredded wheat.
I'll show you. Stick a bit of honey on it.
I used to have
Not
shredded wheat
sugar,
with
just put honey on it, and I tell you what, it's fucking
I used to have them with water.
water.
When I was on the diet running, I used to run everywhere and I'd just eat them with water on them and a bit of sugar.
Do you know what I used to do?
don't like milk.
Do you know what I used to do with Weetabix? Put butter on them, just eat them.
Fucking
nice.
no, you
A
never.
bit of jam.
Yeah.
No, you
heaven.
never.
Yeah.
Marmalade, yeah. Yeah. When I was a kid.
Bit of butter, bit of jam. Gorgeous.
On a dry
And-
wheat
On a dry
Have you ever-
Weetabix, yeah.
Put a big tablespoon of jam in the middle of your cornflakes. Heaven.
Oh no, never.
And
I
then the
didn't
milk
do
goes
that.
red. Oh,
I didn't do that.
butter on a Weetabix. That sounds awful. I'm going to have to try it, aren't I?
Butter on a Weetabix. It's like a.
Oh, I
thick,
say, that sounds fucking gross.
it's like a thick cracker. You know,
yeah. Nice.
it's one of them. It's
Sticks to
great.
your mouth and you're like,
Yeah. Oh, it's sound.
very claggy.
Oh, until the butter kicks in and it just slides down the back of your
Yeah,
throat.
and then
Oh, God.
saw it.
Yeah.
Richard, what is your Tesco meal deal?
I don't do Tesco's. I've never shopped in Tesco's in my
Oh,
life.
okay, all right. Richard, what is your meal deal? Stop being an arrogant prick.
I'd go for a baguette, egg and cress baguette.
Okay.
Is this what we're talking? Like
Yes,
baguette?
yes.
Yeah.
What is your
with
side?
A packet of plain crisps, Walkers, because they're crunchy, and they make that quintessential noise when you bite a crisp. How a crisp would sound, not how Pete sounds. Ah! Fuck! Ah! Like that. You try and get through it.
Like eating a brick.
The drink, it would be a Dr Pepper.
Oh, they've changed Dr. Pepper and I don't
Well, I
enjoy
used to
it
think
anymore.
it was called Der Pepper for years and years.
De pepper.
Der Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Der Pepper.
Pass me de pepper.
What you get in it? Do you want
salt?
it in it?
Yeah, that's what you get. What is your meal deal, Pete?
My meal deal. When I go in there into Tesco to get me food for the day or for dinner, it's normally one of the tomato and basil
Ooh,
pasta pot.
I was expecting this from you, not from Pete.
Yeah. So you got this pasta pot there. I mean, there's one. They do the barbecue and chicken. That's quite nice as well. But you know, it's normally the tomato and basil pasta, chicken pasta, and then I'd have like a yogurt to go with it. So I'd get one of the yogurts, and then I'd I'd probably get a naked.
Naked.
You're going to get what?
I'll go naked.
That's my snack.
Just a quick question to Pete. When you're going round Tesco's, are you like an airplane on a trolley zapping shit with your fucking card so that I've got the power?
I got the power!
Fucking annoys the hell. That's why I won't go into Tesco's because of the advert. Fucking won't. I won't give them the time of day.
I just wish that they go beep beep beep. The machine or the till that you use, you go onto them and you use all the tills that you
do it yourself.
use them. Yeah, the do-it-yourself tills. The we can't be arsed putting any more staff on tills. I use my phone a lot
Yeah, I do.
to pay, and I have noticed that especially the ones by us, it will beep for your Tesco card, and then you'll be there for ages trying to get it to beat for your bloody credit card, and you've got no credit card in your pocket, you've got no money in your pocket, and you're thinking, I'm fucking starving, and it's not wanting to. So you end up taking the fucking phone out of the case, and you're like that, and you're thinking, fucking, you fuck.
Take my money!
Beep with you! And then you get this, would you like me to reset it for you? You're thinking, go on then. Yeah. So you reset it and you're like, right by it, and it's still not having it, and you bollocks to this. You move it away, you go, beep! and it's just one of those, it does me head in.
Yeah.
Richard,
it's fucking annoying.
How do you prepare a scone?
Oh, scone.
How do you prepare it?
Oh, I don't prepare it. My mum used to prepare it. I haven't had a scone since I lost my mum.
So, are you cream and jam, or are you jam and cream?
Yeah. My mum made the most amazing scones. So I'm going to tell you how my mum would prepare it.
Okay, go on then.
Big scone, full of raisins and about this deep. Cut in two. Lurpak, proper butter, real butter.
Oh yeah.
Top and bottom. Whipped cream, but not. I don't like runny cream. Proper. I know it starts off as runny cream, and it gets whipped. It gets air in it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And jam, big helping of jam on it. Nice bit of fucking sugar coating on the top. Gorgeous.
So you go cream then jam.
Cream then jam. No jam. Sorry, butter, jam, then the cream in the middle. Yeah.
What about you, Peter? Are you a jam and cream man, or are you a cream and jam?
I'm actually a jam and cream person. Sometimes I don't even use margarine. I'll use the jam as the margarine.
He does live life on the edge, doesn't he? What?
Yeah.
No, Marge.
Yeah. Fuck my old boot. What?
Well, when I have my scones, I go cream then jam.
Well, you fucking would, wouldn't you?
I bet you eat it with your little finger in the fucking air as well.
I eat it with my gold-plated knife and fork. Okay.
Knife and fork?
Ooh, I'm not going to get it on my delicate hands.
Fork and a scone. It's going a bit over the top, isn't it?
You should use a spoon.
This is a very hard question, and we need to be wary of time. Rich, what is your favourite British TV show of all time?
Of all time? Oh my goodness.
No, this is quickfire. Come on, quickfire.
It's Blackadder.
Blackadder?
Blackadder goes fourth. I can watch that over and fucking over again.
Yeah.
And it still made me laugh. Every time.
And cry.
Every time. And cry.
That last scene is possibly the...
Is it where they freeze as the screen it freezes when they're just going
over the top?
Yeah.
That has to be most iconic
endings of a series.
It's just made me hair stand on end thinking about it.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Was that Rowan Atkinson's one of his first major
yeah, it was. I mean, he'd done obviously
not the 9 o'clock news. I think he'd done before that.
Yeah, he was in that, but he'd done like the Blackadder series, which he'd done 1, 2, 3, and 4. I thought the second one was fucking brilliant. But that end scene on the 4th, that was just like...
It's really sad, isn't it? It's really sad.
I cried.
Yeah.
I fucking cried.
He was sitting there like... I felt like I was in Manchester. Everything went fucking grey. It was fucking depressing as fuck.
You missed your plane, so you started crying.
Yeah, fucking missed me, bawling my eyes out.
Peter, what is your favourite British TV show of all time?
Oh, bloody hell.
Remember, this is quickfire. I need an answer.
Jesus
My
Christ.
private plane is waiting outside.
Probably got no wheels on it now. That is a tough one. I mean, I'd have to say Dad's Army.
Dad's Army? I've never
Well,
seen
that
it.
went well. Just watching the fucking...
The tumbleweed went past there.
flying past. But I'd have to say Dad's Army.
I can't remember anything in
You
Dad's Army.
stupid boy.
I was a fan of Fawlty Towers as a child.
Well, that was good,
Yeah.
that. Don't tell him about the war.
Please understand before one of us dies.
Okay. Rich, vacation to the north or vacation to the south?
Out to the north every time.
Peter?
North.
Rich, favourite childhood toy? And your right hand does not count.
I don't know, Probably, I was going to say me Atari, because I played that for hours on end. But when I think of what I used to play all the time, more than anything else, was with my toy cars. I'd make fucking roads, get piles of sand. My dad would be building some out of pinch of sand, make tunnels. And I had these big airplanes my dad had been given by his boss. They were scale airplanes. They're about this big. That's about, if you're on the listening, it's about 2 foot wide wingspans on them. And I'd make an airport over there in the garden. That would be the car park. And I'm forgetting my Star Wars figures. They come into play as well. Who won over? I think it's close.
You got to pick quick. This is very quick.
I think I'm going to say my Star Wars figures. I'm going to change my mind.
Peter,
Wow.
Your favourite childhood toy?
My favourite childhood toy. Possibly Action Man.
Action Man?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably say Action Man.
Eagle Eye.
Richard?
Oh, yeah, with his eagle eyes and his rubber grip.
Yeah.
Richard, favourite British comedian?
Oh, fucking hell. I used to love, back in the day, I'd say I used to love Jack D. He's sarcastic bastard. And now, I know some people love him and some people hate him, but Michael McIntyre.
Your favourite?
Yeah. Some people love him, some people hate him.
Yeah, I hate him.
You hate him. We went to see him in Liverpool, or April. I couldn't fucking see for crying. He was fucking brilliant.
Peter, can I guess who your favourite British comedian of all time is?
If you want.
Is it Connolly?
Oh, I was going to say, I can't stand Billy Connolly.
Yeah.
Is it Connolly?
It's Connolly.
I can't stand him.
I fucking love Connolly.
That's weird, isn't it? I can't stand him.
Fucking funny.
He popped up on my TikTok the other day, and I just went,
Not a fan.
and I thought, I just kept saying, go on, mate. I can't.
And where did where
You do the same with Michael McIntyre.
Yeah.
and why is he your favourite?
Because no one else can describe life and situations as funny. He's just the way he puts things across. It's just he'll go off on a tangent and carry on, and it all ties in at the end. I mean, there's the crucifixion joke that really kicked him off, and I remember reading somewhere that he was told this joke, and then he started elaborating on it, and it grew and it grew and it grew and it grew, and the next minute it was literally an hour and a half of his bloody stand-up routine. It was his stand-up routine, and he just goes off on tangents, and then all of a sudden he'll just come straight back to it and hit you with the punchline, and you're just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Maybe that's why I didn't like him. I'm fucking out and half waiting for this fucking punchline.
Richard, your favourite British sporting moment?
Sporting moments. Fucking hell. I have to have a minute on that one.
Do you want to come back to?
Go on, come back to me.
Peter, your favourite British sporting moment? If I can input mine, mine was Mo Farah winning at 2020 London Olympic Games. Spectacular.
God.
I'm struggling.
I would probably say when Severiano Ballesteros. No, sorry. I'd probably say when Nick Faldo won the Masters for the first time, because a British player hadn't won it, as far as I can remember. And I think he was the first British player to win, or was he? No, I think he was the first. And then he started the ball rolling. I think you had Ian Woosnam won it. Oh God, who's the other one? The Scottish lad, I can't think of it.
But Nick Faldo is your favourite.
But Nick Faldo winning the Masters for the first time.
Richard?
John, I'm going to go with Dennis Taylor winning the snooker.
Oh,
what a fucking moment that was.
Sorry, that wins.
That was just...
That wins.
The finger point.
Yeah, I
wasn't alive, obviously, for that, but I've watched that back so many times, and Oh, sorry. And I can say I fucking love snooker. I love my darts and I love my snooker.
I love snooker. I do.
I love snooker.
Don't like as much as I used to in all the characters back
the
then
80s.
days. Oh my god, the characters were amazing.
Steve Davis.
Henry,
Hendry.
yeah, he came along a bit later, didn't he?
Yeah, he was like at late 80s.
Yeah.
90s.
Jimmy White.
Alex Higgins, Jimmy White,
Yeah.
Dennis Taylor,
Joe Johnson.
Griffiths,
Yeah.
Ray Reardon,
Willie Thorne.
Willie Thorne.
Amazing.
Who's the one that teamed up with on that show, Big Break?
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't very good, so he ended up going on a TV show and
Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
Oh, funny. He used to take the piss out of
Yeah,
all-
it was great. It was quite. I enjoyed that show, to be honest.
Yeah, I can't think what his fucking name is now.
Yeah, I can't.
I hope he's not listening.
And the last quick fire question is favourite kids show growing up.
Kids show growing up. I'm going to go for Knight Rider.
Pete?
I wouldn't have said Knight Rider was a kids show though.
You mean kids show?
Kids shows. When you were a child, the show you watched as a child.
Oh, fucking hell. The Amazing Adventures of Morph springs to mind.
I've never heard of it.
I used to do an impression of Morph.
Let's hear it.
A very good one. He didn't say anything.
And then he had his brother Jazz.
Chaz.
He was
And there was a tinfoil one. I can't remember her name.
Oh no, I can't remember what she
There was a
how she
Gillespie.
sounded.
Big one, the Gillespie, the big blue one.
Yeah.
Pete,
Anyway.
what was your favourite kids show growing up?
Oh, do you know what? I used to. When you came over from school and you turned on to BBC, ITV was shite.
Yeah.
You turned on to BBC because you paid for it, or your dad had paid for it, really. You had Blue Peter. Then after Blue Peter, before the 6 o'clock news, there was always like a cartoon, or there'd be like a silly programme or something like that. And I used to love them because you had the likes of Captain Pugwash, Magic Roundabout, Ivor the Engine.
Oh, I remember that. I remember all them.
What was the other ones? Oh, Willow the Wisp.
Willow the Wisp, Kenneth Williams.
Yeah. And all them.
Yeah.
That sort of like 10-15 minutes.
Do you remember
before-
the music just popped in my head?
Which one?
Willow the Wisp.
Yeah.
Well, can
hell,
I say it's been a blast from the past?
Oh, definitely.
It was, yeah. But
No.
yeah, that 10 minutes before the news,
Yeah,
that's
I do.
my favourite
Yeah,
bit.
they were actually good.
I think I've conducted this interview very well, I would say.
I'd say so. You and Carl have done this very well.
The data that I've collected will work amazing in my portfolio. Now, I have to fuck off now because my private plane is about to fly off. So I shall goodbye and fair morrow. Thank you very much. And we are going to head into some hot news.
Hot news.
Hot news!
Hello?
You're right, it's me. Can I come in?
Oh, it's Carl. Fucking hell.
Sorry, so I'm really late.
Posh twat's just gone out the door
Sorry,
there, and
I'm
Carl's
really
coming.
late. Sorry about that.
You all right?
Yeah, should we start the podcast?
Yeah. Well, actually, we've got some bad news for you.
What?
It's already... This is the end of the podcast.
The end?
Yeah, the end.
Pete's not here. I wasn't
Pete's not
here.
here.
You trying to take over?
Posh fucker came in and he's took over.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I can't remember his name. Can you, Pete?
So what about arse?
Oh, so I remember you...
I think it was Edward Bottomsworth.
That was him, yeah.
Yeah,
You know him?
because as I've just come through the front door,
Edward Bottomworth III.
the third, yeah,
Yeah.
he went, "Excuse me, get the way out of my fucking face." I was like, "Listen here, fucking posh twat, get out of the way, get out of my fucking house, twat."
There's three of them all together.
Yeah, because he had his
third
entourage outside, thinking he's the bee's knees. I had to shut that down straight away.
I tell you what, though, he was taking the piss out of your accent.
Was he?
Yeah, he'd break into your accent every now and again.
What a twat! What a twat!
He said that he said we hang around in alleyways in Ellesmere Port,
Should I go?
trying to mug people and stuff.
Do you reckon I go jumping?
No, it's all right. I've rubbed the wheels
Got
off
it
his
already.
plane.
Okay. Oh, should we? Well, fine. We'll have to do some hot news then, won't we?
Do some hot news then.
So hot news this week. something really funny happened. So in about a month's time, or less than a month's time, we're going to Liverpool, aren't we, to see Chris, and you're going to see Skindred, and I'm going to see Softplay.
Yep.
Now, I've bought my tickets for Softplay off a resale place called See Tickets, because all the tickets just sold out pretty much straight away, and Pete wasn't too sure if he'd get the time off work, to go see him. So me and Pete are going to see him, and then Pete is going with our friend Chris to go see another band, but it's on the same night. So we're all going to Liverpool, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Have you dropped something?
What?
Have you dropped something?
No.
You seem very hypo.
Sorry, I've just had to run. I've just had to run back from work, thinking,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Before you dropped some sort of pill or something.
No,
I must admit, when you said that, I thought you dropped a fart.
So I've had to buy my tickets off See Tickets, which is frustrating, but it's the only way out to get it. And I've been going back and forth with the person I bought the tickets from, and I asked him, "Have you got the tickets yet?" And she went, "You're probably not going to get them until about 3 weeks before the gig." I was like, "Okay." About 2 weeks later, bear in mind this was about more than a month ago, just said, "Have you got an update on the tickets?" She went, "No, I've not got them yet." And then she finally emailed saying, "I've got the tickets." So I'm saying, "Okay, when can you send? Should I send now?" And then the next email, I can read the email because it's not. I probably shouldn't. Yeah, no, I can.
Well, don't read it into your phone. Read it into the microphone.
Sorry, I'm trying to find the email. It was. Where was it?
Just there, I can see it. It's above that
Sorry.
one about dildos.
Anyway, it was basically, I can't find. I don't want to be looking through my phone. I probably should have prepped that already. Anyway, the email was saying, "Hi, Mr. Oh, this is an e-form letter that has been transferred from blah 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 blah, and I'm just asking to inquire about it." And I went, "What?" I'm like, I replied saying, "Sorry, I'm a bit confused. Do I not get the tickets, or has there been an error?" And then they replied going, "Oh my God, that email wasn't meant for you. That was from my divorce lawyer." They sent me the divorce... I got sent divorce papers instead of...
Imagine getting a ticket to go and watch a divorce.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was...
Yeah.
I'd be up for that.
Definitely, yeah.
I was crying, laughing. Jay was here. This was like during the last podcast the same day.
Yeah.
And I was crying, laughing. Like, I just got sent all this divorce papers, and she was so embarrassed. I was going to reply saying, "Oh, that's a shame, isn't it?" Or something like that. But I
would have
just,
said, "What have I done?"
I'm not even married. and I'm getting divorced.
but
not a good sign.
I just put back saying, "Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine." I finally got the tickets now, so it's all sorted. But that was one bit of hot news.
He's got half the tickets.
I was.
And he's got a date out of it as well.
I was laughing.
He's going to the after divorce party.
Another question, Rich. Have you seen the film Grease?
Grease is
Oh, God. I think I have.
You think you have?
It's that long ago. If I did watch it, I can't.
Of
I'm
course
sure I
you-
have watched it. when I was
You've
a kid.
seen it.
I used to have a thing about Olivia Newton-John.
I used to have my John's Follow.
But reason why I asked was Pete was. I think there's a song in the musical Hairspray. There's
Again, I'm not.
Well, you might have seen it, but there's a song in it that it does fucking bang. To be fair, and a little bit of the bit of it was just stuck in my head, and Pete mentioned it again. So if I get an earworm, I've got to listen to it. When I listen to it, it'll go out of my head. And from when the song finished, Grease songs started to play, and I've probably not seen Grease in about 10 years. And I'm just thinking,
my kids played this when they were little. This Teen Beach Movie, was it? Teen Beach Movie. It was called. You never heard it?
Nope.
And there was this song in that, and this you were saying what you said about an earworm. Driving to Asda the other day, and I'm like humming this song. Laura's like, "Why are you humming the Teen Beach Movie song, Rich?" And I'm like, "Laura, it's constantly in my fucking head. Constantly. It's called. It's like it goes, oh no, stick to the things you know. It just goes round and round and.
Oh yeah, I know that song.
Do you know the song?
Yeah, stick to the stuff you know.
That's the one. It's so fucking.
Is that High School Musical?
No.
Stick to that one.
That's it.
I swear it's High School. I swear
High School Musical.
It's High School Musical. Yeah. I hate that I know that,
Yeah.
but I know that. But to be fair, when we were kids, soon Pete. Well, when the current Mrs. Harper was childminder.
Stick to the status quo. That's what it's called.
Stick to this. Oh yeah,
no,
stick to the status quo. Yeah.
I think I'll stick to status quo.
Yeah.
And my last bit of hot news is it was more of a question really. So, Pete, if you're going to enter like a food eating contest, and you got to be certain you're going to win. Let's say there's like a £300 prize at the end of it, or £500 prize.
I like this question.
But you get to pick the food, and it's not the amount of food; it's the weight. So it's not like 10 hot dogs.
So it is the amount.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not 10 hot dogs. It's like the amount of So for me, mine would be rice pudding.
So like a kilogram.
Yeah, a kilogram or something, or whatever, or just in. It's
if you chose giant what's it'd take for fucking ever to build up that weight.
Yeah.
You'd be
so for me, mine would be cold rice pudding.
Ooh,
I think I could eat a lot of rice
as long
pudding.
as it's ambrosia.
Yeah, I know ambrosia. Yeah,
Straight
yeah.
out of the tin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
Cold ambrosia
bear it.
rice pudding. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? What would be the food you would pick?
Fucking hell. I do like me pasta. And I do tend to eat big portions of pasta. If I suppose I'd say if I'm not under a time limit,
yeah,
then it would have to be an English breakfast.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a YouTube channel called Beard Meets Food. He's my favourite YouTuber. And this is the reason why I thought the question, because he does big food challenges. And you see, no way. I'll have to show you some of the English breakfast. There's no way you can finish them. If you think that's your thingy, they're fucking massive.
Oh, God, yeah. I can...
Do you reckon?
As long as there was if there was no time limit on it, then I could sit there and eat it all day, yeah.
Look at this. The full English breakfast, it's on my notes.
Huh?
Whilst there's a British classic, many of its ingredients, like bacon and sausages, trace their origins from different parts of Europe, especially Germany. Yeah, so it's not a traditional English breakfast.
What's an English breakfast? Just scones?
I tend to argue on that because you can buy British farming. You can buy British. I mean, a lot of the stuff that you get in the likes of Aldi and that, I think... I have heard that a lot of it actually isn't English, but it's it's wrapped and then distributed around England that way. So that's why it's got the British flag on.
Delete.
How true that is, don't know.
Delete.
Yeah.
Delete all my notes.
What about you, Rich? What would be the food like?
Food for me, it would have to be proper, done properly, chippy chips.
Ooh.
And it's got the grease-proof paper on the bottom. The chip has got to be stuck to it, and you have to peel it off, and it's like mashed potato inside. But it's got a lovely coat, brownish, coating on it, and the perfect chip.
Golden.
It's
golden.
It's squishy inside,
yeah,
and it gets stuck to the paper, and you go, oh, fucking hell, ram them in.
So that'd be your
That'd be
food.
mine. That's my favourite food.
I would like to know where they get their salt and vinegar from.
Yeah,
because it tastes fucking different to the stuff that you get at home. It is so different. It's unbelievable.
And nothing worse when you get a bag of chips and they're not good. They're just no good. You go, it's a waste of a tea. Bin it. I've been very often just throw them in the bin because I think, nah, I'm not eating that shit.
Do you know what I had for the first time ever the other day with my sister Leah? Cheese, chips and gravy from the chippy.
I was going to say a wank then, but obviously I was miles off. When you said we used to Leah, I thought, no, but it's not that.
There's a word for that.
It's not that.
Pete, do you have any... That's fucking hot news.
Oof.
Do I have any hot news? Well,
like burn your tongue hot news.
There's... Other than the fact that I'm very grateful that you've actually asked me to come and stand in for Pete.
One of our shepherds in it.
Who? Sorry?
Who? He's one of our shepherds, isn't he? We're the three wise men, one of the shepherds.
Yeah, he's actually got the same initials as me as well.
Has he?
Yeah.
PH?
Who
PH?
are you talking about? I'm only joking, Pete. We love you.
Well, thank you. And Pete also wanted to share his thank you for coming in and replacing him.
That's no worries.
For replacing him permanently.
We're closing.
Again, I'm joking, Pete.
Checks in the post.
We're closing the fucking border of Scotland. He's never coming back.
Hot news. Funnily enough, today, I've been off work today because I went for an eye screening at Boots.
Ice cream?
Eye screening.
I scream, you scream, we all scream.
Yeah, we all scream. So basically, it's like an eye test to see if you've got glaucoma or something like that. And
Beyond that.
I was. So you get your eye drops in, and so as soon as you get your eye drops in, so like they
Dilate your eyes.
they then they take you into the back into the main room.
And
now your eyes
rape you.
diluted.
That's why your eyes diluted.
Yeah. So the eyes are sort of like that now, and it's like the lights start to hurt, and then everything starts going fuzzy. So they bring you back in, and they basically take pictures of your eyes with this thing that you got to look into, and it's like, so look at the green light. There's going to be a slight flash. Whoa, fucker, ow!
Like a flashbang.
Yeah.
If I wasn't blind, I'm fucking blind now.
Yeah. So it's one of them. But anyway, so I finished that. I came out of the shop, and I'm just sort of like
Rubbing your eyes.
How am I going to get home? So I thought, what, I'll phone my lad up and see if he'll come and get me. So he said, yeah. So he said, well, go and wait at outside the taxi rank, and I'll come and pick you up. So got me sunglasses on. It's the middle of the day. The college has let the animals out so they can go and get their feed and whatever. And as I'm walking down, coming out of Greg's, is this lad, and he's bright red, and he's like, I'm gonna fucking have him! I'm gonna fucking have you! And I'm like, fucking hell's going on here? So he's like, I'm fucking you! Fucking gonna have you! I'm looking around, and there's this fucking lad, and he's like, I'll fucking have you as well! I'll have you now! One on one! And like, fucking, there's gonna be a fucking fight here.
Did they?
No.
Coming to that. So
This is Britain in a fucking nutshell.
This is Ellesmere Port.
This is Ellesmere Port, yeah.
It has to be.
So I walk down to I'm at the taxi rank, and I'm watching, and the next minute it's this big crowd of kids, and they go, right,
I fucking love it, mate.
They're about 18, 19, or 17, 18 probably. And they've gone round the corner down by the Lloyd's Bank, where the York Road surgery is. And so they're down there, and they're out the way. And you can hear sort of like the people sort of like saying things and going, Next
Nothing's
minute,
happening though.
well, next minute, this lad comes out with his mates, and he's just fucking built like a fucking beanpole type thing. And as he comes out, something's said, and next minute he's like, fuck, and he's like rips his fucking tracksuit top off, turns round. His mate sort of goes, I'll have that then. Grabs his fucking thing off him. He then runs round the fucking corner. And then it's like, you hear it was like, ooh, from the people around. And there's people coming out of the chemist, and they're looking now, and they go, what's
They're
going
looking at the
on here?
medication.
And you can see a couple of people come around the corner, they're on the phones, and this, that, and the other. Anyway, next minute, the lad that started it comes round the corner. He's fucking bright red now. He's holding his head, and he's like, fucking bastard! I fucking hate him! He's a fucking bastard! And I'm thinking, I think he's fucking had his ass handed to him.
I love that.
So
I fucking
was
love
thinking,
that.
That's absolutely brilliant. So he walks away with his fucking gang, and then the next minute the police come round, and they're dead, and they're sort of like, they've gone round the corner. The other lad's still there, so I don't know whether what sort of like mess he's in type thing. But I'm just thinking that coming back off the other lad coming up the road, he's probably not in as bad a state. He's probably laughing his head off or something.
I fucking love that.
The
But
police have probably come round and gone 20 years in prison.
just to
That's
scare
what
him.
seems to be happening lately, isn't it? Everyone seems to go into prison for nothing.
Well, that's it. Well, they're letting them all out now, aren't they?
But if you're Hugh Edwards, get off. Scot free. Anyway, that's
Have you got any hot news quickly before we?
that is my hot news.
Should we
No,
get?
I've got a little tiny bit of hot news.
Go on then.
As you know, Rachel, my daughter, moved into university at the weekend, and we had to take her over. And I had a deadline of 15 minutes. I had to meet. She had that much stuff to take. I've got a work van, so I went in my work van, loaded up to the hills. Laura and Rachel went on a train, and they're going to meet me there in Liverpool. Now I used to drive for a living for the last 30 years. I've been driving, and I sets off, and Laura's like, "You'll be able to find that." I said, "I don't know Liverpool. I do not know Liverpool. Can drive around Manchester like with my eyes closed anywhere, just not Liverpool. I don't know anywhere in Liverpool." So going through the tunnel, and Laura's like, "We're almost there. We're almost there. Blah blah blah." So right, okay. put my sat nav on, which was taking me to Copperas Hill, is it? Copperas Hill. But she sent me a picture of Copperas Hill car park. So I put that in my sat nav. And come out of the tunnel. And there's a roundabout as you come out of the tunnel, isn't there? The old tunnel. And it says, turn right. Take the 4th exit. And I'm like, what? Fucking 4th exit is where I've come out. I've been going back in the fucking tunnel. So it goes round and roundabout. Take the 2nd exit. Fucking hell, going round again. There isn't a... Next minute it comes round, take this, and it fucking says, take the next exit. So it takes the next exit. I'm driving down for about 4 seconds and realise there's 3 lanes of traffic coming towards me. I've only gone into the oncoming traffic. I've gone the wrong way, off the roundabout, into the fucking oncoming traffic. Fucking beep, beep, beep. Oh, fuck. I does a fucking U-turn, turns round, gets back, goes round and back, and done the fucking same thing again. I panicked. I didn't know where the fuck I was going. I started panicking. I went straight into the fucking oncoming traffic again. Done the same, come round again. And there's a little, looks like a service road before it, which doesn't look like you should go down it. It's got to be that, So I went down there. Then it took me miles away. And I'm like, fuck it, next minute I phoned her up. Like, Laura, I don't know where the fuck I am. I'm seeing my arse now. I'm about to start biting the steering wheel. It's got to that point. We're on a bridge with graffiti all over it. Oh, so am I. So to come out the door, comes out there, I'm right fucking opposite them, aren't I? There they are. I'm like, So I goes to pull over, and this big black fella comes over, knocks on my window. Move on, mate. Well, didn't say that. Move on. I said, no, fucking moving on. I've come here to my daughter's. That's my daughter. No. Move on. These places are taken. So that's my daughter. And then this little scouse lad goes, hey mate, move out the way, I'll sort him. And he comes into my window. You dropping your daughter off? Yeah. No worries, mate. Takes the cone up. I fucking suppose Laura's like, now come over the road, and she goes, oh, he's a driver and he can't even find. She's proper blowing me up. He's a drives for a living and he can't even fucking find where we are. 2 minutes out the tunnel, and I could hear her like out the window. So I fucking hit the curb. Fucking front end of the van bounces up the curb. And I thought, for fuck's sake, there's all these people watching me then, so you feel really watched, don't you? Reverse back down. I made a total hash of trying to get into this space. Eventually got into it. And like, oh my God, what a fucking nightmare. Then
I was just wondering, actually, the fella that was telling you to move on, it wasn't a relation of that lad from round the corner. The old fella.
Oh yeah, fine, might have been, you can't park there.
Yeah.
That's some good hot news.
Yeah, so
we don't normally have decent hot news.
Then I finished unloading, got all the stuff out, got back in the van. He's like, you got to move now. Oh, fucking hell, I had to find somewhere to park then. And I'm like, what the fuck? What am I going to do? You know where to park in Liverpool, is there?
No.
Well, I luckily drove straight out and I went straight into is it Mount Pleasant? Mount Pleasant car park. Just straight, literally, I accidentally drove into Mount Pleasant car park. I was like, fucking hell, 8 stories high, innit?
You shouldn't be allowed behind a wheel, Rich.
No, I shouldn't. Especially when I don't know where I'm going. I get so wound up.
It's one of them, isn't it? So like, everybody does it. It's sort of like, I need to see where I'm going. I need to make sure I know where I'm going. I'll turn the radio down.
Yeah, turn the radio down. I pull my seat right up to the window. I'm like that. Oh, fucking hell. I phoned her. I said, I can't find you. We're by the Adelphi Hotel. And that's when I lost it. I don't know Liverpool. I don't know where the fucking Adelphi Hotel is. She's like, calm down, Rich, calm down. So if you tell me where the Adelphi Hotel is one more fucking time,
you're going to get a punch in the nose.
But got it all done and dusted in the end.
Well, congratulations to Rachel.
Yes.
Very proud.
Yes, me too.
One last thing I just want to shout out really quick. Leah, my sister, she's got this new nail company business thing, and obviously we get millions of listeners. So, and we need to, I said we'd do a little shout out. So her Instagram is xxo.pretty.and.glam.xoxo. So it's XOXO.
Run by that by again.
XOXO, pretty and glam, XOXO. If you want to get your nails done very prettily, that's not a word, but very lovely, then go to Leah.
Tell you what, you'd have to get your nails redone after printing all that.
So
I've got this flathead bit, this flat bit on my nail. I'm doing that.
right, should we go to a very quick conclusion?
Three wise men. Conclusion.
Hello, it's me again, Sir Edward Bottomsworth III, and I've just come back for a very quick conclusion. My plane, it was flying around, I did a little skydive, I drank champagne down, and I just completely forgot I had to wrap it up for you guys. So Peter, could you sum up in a few words, what does it mean to be British? What makes you proud to be British?
Strange question. What makes me proud to be British? It's just heritage. It's what's inside you. It's what's made you. That's a question. It as I say, it's relatively hard to answer. People think differently about
Different
their country.
cultures.
Yeah, you've got all sorts of things going on in these fine islands of ours. I just the thing that I love about it is if you get the weather in this country, there is no better place to take a holiday because you have got everything. You've got fantastic beaches, you've got the countryside, you've got mountains, you've got lakes, you've got all sorts. And to me, that's Britain in a nutshell. You've got a concoction of everything in a little area, and if you give it if you give it the right temperature, if you give it the right weather, there's no place better.
That just brought a tear to my eye. Would you?
Me too.
Wow, that was emotional.
See it dribbling down my leg.
Oh God, beautiful, beautiful.
Yes, it's like
Rich,
poetry, emotion.
Rich, what does it mean for you?
I drew a little list of what it means to me. It means respect for democracy. It means rule of law, freedom of speech, politeness and manners, tolerance, fair play, love for tea.
We love tea.
Respect for privacy.
Yes.
We all like our privacy. Stiff upper lip. Queuing. We love to queue. We do love to queue.
We love to queue.
We don't really, but we just do it.
Do like a good queue.
Our sense of humour, which is characterised by irony and sarcasm and understatement. Definitely. Our love for pubs. A sense of history. I was going on about this too long.
But many, many reasons why.
Resilience.
Of course.
We're going to carry on anyway, so fuck you. Sportsmanship.
Yes.
You posh fuck. Multiculturalism.
I thought he was about to say mushrooms then.
Support charities. We give lots of money away abroad. Make sure everyone's okay abroad. Our love for the countryside is second to none, which was Pete was just saying. If we get the right weather, best place on the planet. Mm-hmm. Definitely. I could go with that anytime. And respect for personal responsibility. They're my 20 things that make us British.
Should we? I reckon we should wrap it up there because that was beautiful.
Pizza.
I was just thinking there was about 15 there that aren't anything to do with this country.
Yeah, but it came off GTP chat thing, didn't it?
There you go.
Right, you can find us on
They
Instagram.
were. They used to be. Not anymore.
You can
As long
find.
as you can go, if you can burn a city nowadays,
Well, yeah, exactly.
you're British.
Yeah, exactly.
You can find us on Instagram.
In an ideal world.
Rich, let me fucking say, good
You-
word
go
at
on,
a time.
Say, yeah, we are.
You can find us on Instagram at The Three Wise Men Couldn't Make It. You can find us on YouTube at The Three Wise Men Couldn't Make It podcast. You can find us on Amazon Music. You can find us on Apple Podcast or Apple Music, whoever it is.
Deezer.
On Deezer, Spotify.
YouTube.
So thank you very much for listening. Peter, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you very much, Peter. Enjoyed your company.
Thank you for asking.
Immensely.
I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Richard, it has been a pleasure to meet you.
It's been a pleasure to meet you too.
Has it really?
It has.
And and we shall see you on the next episode.
By
Goodbye.
Jove.
Bye.
Bye. Take care.